Well, good morning from Ireland. We are pulling into, I'm assuming it's called Cobb, Cobh. Uh, on the cruise description, it says Cork, but Cork isn't where we're coming into. It's this port right here. So we're going to be going into town and doing the scenic drive and Blarney Village tour or excursion. It's We're not going to go to the castle. Basically, we're just taking a drive up to Blarney, going to go walk around, maybe kiss the stone for some good luck. But we had some friends this morning. He's just trying to capture them again. So as soon as I opened up the curtain and came out to check it out, I just got the back end of something going back into the water. Well, it ended up being two dolphins. So they went to the end of the ship and they were coming back towards the front of the ship, but they haven't come up for a while. So I'm assuming they probably went underneath the ship to the other side. But for a while, they were just swimming right alongside the ship. But we're gonna go grab some breakfast and then head to the theater to go catch our excursion to Blarney. So let's go check it out. So behind me, I could see this building or this area on this island right here that was built up. So I thought it was like maybe an old castle or an old military fort. It's actually called Spike Island, and it was an infamous prison. So you can take tours there. It's 26 pounds for an adult to go over there, but it looks pretty cool online. So Spike Island, and you can go check it out when you come into port here at Cobb and have some fun. See some of that tainted history of Ireland, my motherland. I'm hoping to find a rainbow, a leprechaun, and a pot of gold while I'm here too, so we'll see. So behind me is Blarney Ireland, and it looks like it's a Navy shipyard. There's about 4 or 5 ships in there, but I got onto Google Earth and looked, and there's usually 2, 4, 6, 7 ships that are docked there. So it's called Cork Harbor, but it looks like just a few kind of like cruisers and destroyers out there. All right, so we're pulling into port right now. That's where we're going to be going. They have a pilot boat right there at the end, and then they have a pilot boat down there to make sure that we go right there. But as you can see, there's nothing in walking distance. So hopefully they have some shuttles somewhere for people that aren't doing an excursion. Nothing. Welcome to Blarney, Ireland. So we've got about an hour and 45 minutes here to go walk around. Yes, you get the nice taste and smell of cigarette smoke. 72 carcinogens or whatever it is. So, welcome to Ireland. He's just going to be happy. I found a sign that says the largest Irish shop in the world. So I was like, so you know how they say there's no such thing as a stupid question? Well, I asked a stupid question. I asked her if she wanted to go into it, and she said, yeah. let's go check out the largest Irish shop in the world. I just found like the world's largest Irish souvenir shop inside the largest Irish shop.
Here we go. I don't think I ever had a whiskey.
Oh, good, thanks.
Right,
I appreciate you. Is it strong?
Yes. Ooh. Here you go.
Cheers. No, just kidding. It's good. We're in Ireland. You gotta get some Irish whiskey for sure. You want a second one?
Hell no. If I had a hair in my chest, it would all be burnt off. What?
Amateurs. Well, now that we've had our Irish shot of whiskey, and apparently if Hesian had any hair on her chest, it would have been burnt off. So let's go check out the rest of Blarney. Back in the day, the wool industry was very big here in Blarney. In fact, they still have some of the wool mills here. That's what this used to be, and it's a store now, but they still have a mill here. But they used to take and make sails for ships here, and we're going to go to a green area here in a little bit. That is where they would bleach the sails. Well, people have tried to come in here and try and repurpose the green, but the locals have bought it just for the historical preservation of what they used to do there in that area. We're in Ireland, and Hesian had to go point out probably the one and only Chinese restaurant in Blarney. Hey, how's your mouth tasting from that whiskey?
I still need something to eat or drink because I can still taste it. It's still burning.
Still burning. So in essence, Blarney is this big circle area that goes around right here, and then you've got some shops that come in and out. You've got the square I'm about to show you, and then the 19 houses that the Jeffries family built when they started building the Blarney Castle. And then you got a church here and a church there, but it's a relatively small town. You can easily make your way through it in a few hours. We've made it to the square green. This is where they would lay out all the material for the sails. They would bleach them. They would bleach the other materials here so that they could make whatever they needed to for the sails, for clothing, etc. So they've wanted to repurpose it, probably put some like condos or something in here for rich people, I don't know. But the bus driver said they've been trying to repurpose it over the years, but the city residents still fight to keep it the way it is for a green space for them, but as a historical remembrance of everything that they and their ancestors had done here. We're gonna go check out these 19 houses over here, but there are 19 houses that were built by the Jeffries family, like I mentioned before. The only thing that's changed with these houses is the roofs. They used to be thatched roofs, but now they have shingled roofs. So we're gonna go check them out, come back around through town, and I'm gonna see if I can get my drone up in the air. We're in a zone where I can go about 90 feet according to the map, but I was in a good zone in Reykjavik and my drone wouldn't take off. So we'll see what we get here. So I'm working on trying to employ my drone and ask Heejan how her taste was doing. Tell everybody what you told me.
I burped. I could taste it. It's like I feel like I was dying twice.
Dying twice.
What?
From one shot of Jameson.
Obviously, I'm not a whiskey person.
Yeah, all right.
If I am, it needs to be mixed with something.
When we get back to the cruise ship, I'll get you a Shirley Temple. We'll see if that puts some hair on your chest.
Yeah, that's not my drink. Thanks. No.
We'll get some water on the rocks, maybe in a dirty glass. Ooh.
Yeah, maybe.
Behind me is a Protestant church. Up over here is a Catholic church. But during the referendum, all the Catholic stuff was removed. So anything like Irishy and then Protestant stuff was moved in. So that was the first church here. And then the Catholic church is the next church that was put in after the referendum. So Blarney Castle is about an 8-minute walk from where we're at right now, from the houses that were originally built here with the thatched roofs. So if you can come into Blarney, you can park here in Blarney. You walk over to the castle. There's probably parking over there as well. Unfortunately, we only have like an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes here. So we won't have time to go over to the castle and do much over there. So we're going to stick in town and just see all the historical stuff here. But if you're coming here on your own, you will have plenty of time, hopefully, to do both the castle and town. So if you're taking a cruise in, we did this tour, which is coming into Blarney, but they do have a Blarney Castle tour as well. And I guess if I had done enough research, I would have realized that we could probably have done the castle and maybe had enough time to come over here. But we're only in port for not even that long. Like, we're in port for about 7 hours. It takes an hour to get out here and an hour back. So there's just not a lot of time left here. But if you were to take a personal ride, like an Uber or a taxi or something like that, hire a driver to pick you up from the port, then you can get brought over here on your own. Just make sure you're back in time to get to the cruise ship. Now, through the cruise ship terminal to Cork, they're putting in a new road. They have about 2 years left, the driver said. So she said during the day there's a lot of traffic. So if you're coming in during a weekday and you're going to do something on your own, I would make sure that you plan an extra hour of flex time to get back, so that if there is some traffic, you're not swimming back to Amsterdam. It's a long swim. So I'm going to go to a couple places. I'm going to tell you what they are first, and then I'll tell you the numbers. So number 4 is the house of Rector of Blarney, Reverend Stopford. He was famously raided by Catholic rebels, which resulted in their leader John Buckley being hanged in the square behind me. That was number 4. Then number 5 is Handball Alley. The sport of handball was in existence since the 16th century, but began to decline in the early 20th century. So that's going to be over here in a second. And then number 6, we're going to go over here in just a minute, and that is the old schoolhouse, which opened in 1838 and 39 and was the first national school in the village. So right behind me is number 4, and then there's a little gate that's right over here, a blue gate, and that's number 5. And number 6 is down, I'm assuming it's the red house. Trying to figure out the numbers versus the buildings. Wasn't a very detailed map. But here's number 4. Next one's going to be number 5. Next one will be number 6. So I think this is number 6. It's hard to tell because the map that they had like a voided space in there, so it doesn't show how many houses are back. I was trying to look forward coming in, so I think there's either this one or it was this one, or it could have been both of them together at once. There are a lot of old tombstones here. The oldest one we were able to make out the date on was 1894. There's older ones in there, but over time the erosion is just taking everything off, so it's pretty much just a slate. But 130 years they've been here. That's a long time. So if you're hungry but you don't want a full meal, you come in here to the grocery store. They have a deli with several different options of food that you can choose from. Pastries, breakfast snacks, hash browns, sandwiches, all kinds of things, even soup. are on our way to the pickup point. Our time here in Blarney is almost over. As I mentioned, it is a small town, and as you can see in the video, you have seen the entire town other than Blarney Castle. Let me know if you have any questions about it. One cool thing is if you go into the world's largest Irish shop, if you spend 350 euros or more, then they will pay for the shipping to America and the UK. And what's cool is if you send it out of the country, they will take the tax off of it. But they do charge 10% for insurance. So you still come out ahead a little bit, but that's pretty cool. So he was able to get everything she wanted and a few extra things we didn't need. And have it sent back so we didn't have to worry about carrying it for the 2 weeks we have left here in Europe. So thank you, world's largest Irish shop. At the world's largest Irish shop, they have free Wi-Fi, just found that out. And then the toilets are free as well, and they're super clean, which is really nice because it's hit and miss here in Europe. If they're free, they're usually nasty. So, but they're not here. And oh my goodness, check this out. I don't know what they feed these birds around here, but damn. So before we get on the bus, do you want another shot of Jameson?
Hell no. Out of your mind.
Well, on that note, I will see you next time on our next trip.